Welcome guys back to another Skywars benchmark video. Today we're going to be talking about why I'm vegetarian or how my vegetarian story began and stuff like that, because I get asked this question literally every single time I meet someone new. They're like, oh wow, why are you a vegetarian? And I have to tell this story like, oh, I don't even know. I probably told this story like 50 times, and maybe I should just send this video and then they'll understand it clearly. So anyhow, how did this vegetarian start? Oh my, bruh. So even though I am a vegetarian right now, it's not like I've never ate meat before. I actually been vegetarian only for half of my life, which is about 10 years. And that started, yeah, 10 years ago. What am I saying, bro? But essentially, what started me on this journey is that my parents are both vegetarian and, oh. Well, as I was saying, both of my parents are vegetarian, and the reason that they're vegetarian also has some story, and while we're at it, might as well talk about it. Essentially, my dad, we're from Taiwan, and we are mandatory to become soldiers or work in service. But then at the time where he was supposed to do that, he had lost his mother, and he was just not in the right mood for that kind of training. And so what he ended up doing is he became very, very fat. Like, he ate excessive amount of food. Probably also from the fact that he was a little depressed and he was just like using food to avoid that kind of feeling. But yeah, and he ended up becoming like overweight, and he couldn't even, seriously, why? He ended up, dude, why? So my dad became very overweight, like about 100 kilograms, which was like way over the requirements of what people can, like, so there's certain requires that you have to meet to work in the service, and if you don't meet those criteria, they won't tell you to work, like, serve as a soldier. And so because he was like 100 plus kilograms, they ended up just like not, yo, can I? Okay. Well, that was great. Yeah, and so my dad ended up not needing to work in the service, but he didn't want to remain like overweight. Not saying that's a problem, but he wanted to lose weight, and what he ended up doing was becoming a vegetarian because um, vegetables are, but you can eat quite a bit and still not like gain as much weight as compared to eating meat. And so, oh, what am I doing? And so yeah, he ended up becoming vegetarian for a while for health reasons. And then, so eventually he was able to lose most of his weight back to where he wants to be. But while he was doing that, he read some books from Buddhism, about Buddhism and their beliefs, and he ended up really liking the, bro. So he ended up really liking the idea of becoming a vegetarian, and how he was not consuming wildlife animals to feed himself, and eventually he stuck with it for the rest of his life up until now. Well, or not up until now, like to this day. And so, is this guy really gonna camp me? Well, that's great. That is great. Bro, he has a bow. He's just staring at me. Why? Well, while he's doing that, anyhow, eventually this carried over to when my dad met my mom. My mom also read similar books about Buddhism and their beliefs, and she had the intention of becoming a vegetarian, which was great, and they ended up becoming vegetarian for the rest of their life. And obviously I'm here today as their kids, and because I'm their child, what they cook is usually vegetarian based or like vegetable based, like there's no meat inside, which makes sense. Because obviously, well, how else would they eat, right? This guy is really, oh my god. This guy is super annoying, bro. Here, get him. Get this bow guy. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, GG. So because my parents were vegetarian, I was basically raised in an environment where no meat was found. And so I became accustomed to this kind of lifestyle. And yeah, but my parents never restricted me from like eating meat. They never said I couldn't do that. Like, they were pretty lenient with it. Just as long as I'm not eating meat in front of them, then they're fine with it. And I did that at school. I would eat meat like how I would want to, and but then when I'm eating with them, I would respect their values and only eat vegetables, which is what I'm supposed to do. Otherwise it would be disrespectful in a way. But then after a few years, when I was about like grade 5 maybe, that's when my grandpa passed away. And we had this tradition in Buddhism where us family members would need to become vegetarian for about a year. And for our family, that's kind of easy because we were already vegetarian, or kind of, in the first place. But other family members in our family weren't so used to that kind of lifestyle and probably didn't really enjoy those times. No, what? And so after the 1 year period where I gone full vegetarian, like actually not eating meat for a full year, which I've actually never done before, because I would always eat meat kind of like when my parents weren't there. And so after that year, I just thought, why not just continue this streak and just become full vegetarian, or just stay as full vegetarian for as long as I can. Well, that's a big fight. What is nitrate? Yo, my aim. Yes. So yeah, I became full vegetarian, or I decided to challenge myself, essentially. But I didn't really set a goal of when I would want to quit. It's just, come on to me, wait. Damn, sniped! See that, guys? Oh, wait. This might be my, wait. We got ourselves a challenger. Okay, wait. I'm kind of fucked. Wait, I'm kind of nasty. Holy. Is there no armor? I need better armor. Well, guess not. This guy has way better armor, man. Where are you looking? Easy. Let's go. You know, the funny thing is, like, even though after that full year of, like, even though I was pretty used to just eating vegetables in my everyday life, like, that year was actually much harder than I thought, because I still enjoyed meat when my parents weren't there. But then I don't know where I got the courage to tell myself that I'm gonna stay vegetarian, but I ended up doing it, and here I am today. I ended up staying vegetarian for basically, oh shit, I ended up staying vegetarian for about 10 years now. And yeah, besides the fact that, like, I can assure you that I definitely never like within this 10 years, I've never ate meat intentionally. And if it was like I don't know for sure if I've never actually consumed anything that has meat, because it's pretty common for restaurants to mess up, and I just eat like, or not for them to mess up, right? It's very common for them to mix like a small like rice, like beans, like bean size. Oh well, stay away. Well, because you know how restaurants, when they cook a dish, they always use like the same pan to cook things. So it's very likely that there's like a leftovers or like a small chip of meat still left in the bowl they used to cook my deal. But I wouldn't know that if there's meat or not, because it's just impossible. I mean, it's really hard to guarantee that I've never ate meat before, if that makes sense. Oh, well, that wasn't so great for that guy. Kind of need his armor though. Yo! Oh my god. So yeah, that's basically the story of how I became a vegetarian, essentially. To summarize, my parents are vegetarian and I lived to that lifestyle, and then I challenged myself to be a vegetarian after my grandpa passed away, and here I am today continuing that tradition. Now, a lot of people ask me what it's like being a vegetarian and how convenient it is, and obviously, or not obviously, but if you're my friend, I think, like, if you've ate with me before, dude, dude, what am I doing, dude, what am I doing? Like, if you're my friend, you've definitely experienced, like, whenever I go out with people, it'll be a kind of a hassle, because it'll be difficult to find places where there might be food for me to eat, and I always find it, I always feel sorry for my friends whenever they want to eat with me, or if I want to eat with them. I don't know if I should even try to, because it's just like not worth it for them. They would have to consider so many things that they normally wouldn't need to. I need this hill. Never mind. It's funny because a lot of the times people would be like, oh, let's go eat some steak today, or oh, let's try this sushi place or steak restaurant. And obviously, and then they'll look at me and I'm like, oh wait, oh wait, you're a vegetarian, oops. I mean, for sushi isn't even that bad, because I can still eat like avocado rolls and like tofu, stuff like that, and it's not all that bad. And I actually prefer going to Japanese restaurants because they always have those kind of food. It's just, it gets repetitive for sure, but I much rather, bro, he stole my kill, man. Wait, I'm actually the best baller, I think. Yo, I see that, I see that. Oh my days. Why are you going for me? So being a vegetarian really is not the most convenient, especially in North America, or not North America, just in general. When you're traveling, it's very hard to find food that, like, not even, like, let's forget about the fact that good food, just to find food that's like edible for myself is hard. Like, I didn't really think being a vegetarian would be this hard, honestly. Or not this hard, but God, dude, I am dead. He's chasing me. Yeah, it's over. He's still chasing me? Really? Chill. Yo. It's like Running Man. Thank you, thank you. Still not chasing? Alright, cool. Oh, let me get my water bucket back. What was it saying again? Yeah, but finding places to eat as a vegetarian is so hard. Like, what I end up doing is just resorting to eating the same place almost every single time, which is kind of like bad. My friends get bored too, and myself included. I get bored of the food I eat as well. But I'm not against the idea of becoming a non-vegetarian again, because as I said before, my parents never set a rule of whether I can eat meat or not. It's up to me, and it's up to my own will. But I would still want to continue this vegetarian lifestyle for as long as I can. Maybe for convenience purposes in the future, I might transition to, like, let's say pescatarian, which opens the door for a whole lot of variety of different food I can try. There's so many different fishes, and I've actually never had a real sushi before. Like, before I became full vegetarian, I've never tried those Japanese dishes with the fish on top. See, I don't even know what they're called. And what's interesting to me is that a lot of the times a friend would ask me, "Oh, what meat is this?" And I would not be able to tell you because I just never had the right experience with meat or just never cooked them. And yeah, it's pretty funny actually. Oh wow, free armor. Say less. Let's go. Oh, 43 music blocks. Well, this game is looking like it's about to end. Wait, chest is refilled? What the heck? I think this is the deciding game, I guess. Wait, where's my egg? Well, that concludes my video, guys, and that is basically my vegetarian story. Not a lot of surprises, but being a vegetarian is definitely not the easiest thing, especially for convenience purposes in my university life. Just finding a restaurant is difficult, and I've been thinking a lot about whether I should transition or not. But I still want to keep this streak going. I mean, it's been going on for 10 years now, and hopefully maybe in the future I get to taste more kinds of food if I open the door. But yeah, we'll see where the future takes us. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on the next time. Peace out.